Hey, what's up, guys? This is Anissa Ferguson, founder of Makerspace and a retail store called Heavy on the Block. I want to jump right in today. Today, I thought about going live or posting this video because I've been feeling especially heavy. At the time of this recording, it is December, which means it is a very, very busy time of the year for people. And in business, it is very likely that things, depending on what your genre of business is, things can slow down. And so I find myself about 6 months into a new venture, which is a physical space, like I mentioned, Makerspace, which we are a incubator for small businesses, basically businesses that are new or for business owners that are aspiring, right? So we have a podcast studio here, we have a conference room here, we have we have offices for small businesses. And I'm just telling you guys, if you are new to business or if you are taking on a new venture and you do not have a partner per se, I want you to have a few things in your arsenal before you start this journey. Or if you're newly starting, I want to just share a couple of things because it can be very tough, guys. I don't want to discourage anyone from following your dream, following your passion, because that's not the goal here, right? I did it. I'm not saying that you should not do these things. What I do want to be very transparent about is the fact that, and I'm just going to say it, you are not going to have the help that you think you're going to have. And I know that may seem dark, it may seem discouraging, but no matter who starts this journey with you, no matter how much support people will say that they are going to give you, if you're married, that may be different. You would have obviously the support of your spouse, hopefully. And that's great. But if that person is not also entrepreneurial as you are, there may be some limits to just how supportive he or she may be. Not because they don't mean you well, not because they don't do the things, but by nature, it may not be the thing that makes them excited, right? So I want you to get a couple of things out of your mind. And the first thing that I want you to get out of your mind is that you just need to just start. People tell you, they tell you just start, just do this thing, just get it going, and everything will fall in line. Like the heavens and the earth are going to open up for you. I don't want that to be your fate, where things just, miraculously open up. Not that I don't want things to happen for you. Maybe I'm not saying it right. I want things to happen for you, but in order for things to happen for you, you have to be prepared, right? It says, there's no such thing as luck. It's when preparation meets opportunity that things really start to happen. And I firmly believe that. And I don't really know where that came from, where we start saying, just jump out there and do it. I think maybe in some industries that perhaps may be a little bit, easier to do. Like a friend told me, all of it's work. It does not matter what you do. If you're pushing a cart down the street selling hot dogs, or if you're opening up a corporate office, it is all work. It does not matter. Even if you have an online business, it is all work, right? You have to get traffic to your website. You have to get people to your space. Whatever it is all work. And so I don't want you to, again, think that you can just jump into any particular thing without any thought to who your target audience is, how you're going to make money on a consistent basis, how you're going to market to your target audience, how you're going to handle business, bills, all of those things. I want to make sure that you are aware, one, that you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. And I would venture to say several types of plans. Like I mentioned, a marketing plan, a financial plan, a business growth plan. Like, where do you want to see your business in 3 to 5 years, right? Not just next week or next month. You want to make sure that you have a solid plan. And if things, Lord have mercy, and a contingency plan. So if things don't go the way that you think that they should go, then you still have a plan. So I'm going to quickly tell you a story about contingency plans and how I personally know that you need one. So when I came into this space, the maker space, we have about 7 different office spaces. Again, a conference room, a podcast studio. We have a fairly decent size space. And Lord have mercy, my intention was to have this to be more of a passive business for me, where, like I said, individual business owners would come to the space. They'd have it as an incubator, an opportunity to grow, network with other people here, others that are just going to drop in from day to day, those types of things, right? That didn't quite happen. So before I got this space, like I said, I did have a plan, and I did have some due diligence done, and there was actually a driving school that was going to come to this space. And there was a portion of our unit that I was going to allow them to have. So they were going to have I think 2 offices, conference room, they would have a whole section. And their occupancy was going to allow me to have probably 80% of my monthly expenses paid through them being here. And excuse me, after everything is taken care of, all my lease stuff, because I don't actually own this building. This is a space that I lease and sort of sublease. And so 48 hours, literally, this is like a Friday. Everything is done. All my paperwork is complete. Over the weekend, I'm taking my time to process all the paperwork for this company, and still have 60% of the space that I can be rented out as a profit ultimately, right? So prepared this over the weekend. Monday comes bright and early, put the lease together, have everything prepared, send it out through the realtor that was working for me to the client. I don't hear anything for 2 days. So I reach out to the realtor hey, can you reach out to the folks, because I'm not getting anything. Yeah, and then I get the information back that they have decided to not occupy the space. Mind you, after I had negotiated a 3-year lease, because they had negotiated a 3-year lease with me. So yeah, contingency plans are very important. You have to know how you're going to pivot if things don't go the way that you want them to go. And you have to have a timeline around that. What does that look like? What does that look like? How is it going to impact you? Does it change how you structure financially what you're doing? Would it change your pricing? All of these things, they are so important. And I can't, from that one story alone, I just cannot tell you how it has made a difference in my mindset when it comes to business, and how things have had to change within my business because of that. So I just want to mention it again, because this is going to really help somebody to make sure that you have a contingency plan. Okay. The other thing that I mentioned earlier about you're not going to have the help that you think you have. I think people genuinely mean well, and people want to be helpful. But what I will tell you is, regardless of the situation I just mentioned about the company not coming, at the end of the day, your name is on the lease, your name is on the building, your name is on the contracts for your water, your electric, when it gets cold, you have to cut the heat on unless you want to freeze to death. Like, you can't do that, right? Your internet, like all of the things that make it comfortable or allow you to be in business, you are now responsible. And so even though your cousin may have said, girl, yeah, I'm gonna come and sit in your reception area for 20 hours a week, or this other person said, yeah, girl, I'm gonna do your social media, or guy, whatever, I want to do your social media, I'm gonna do 25 posts or whatever for $15, like whatever arrangements you make with your friends, family, even outsourced stuff. Like, I'm telling you, just beef up that contingency plan in case the people who gave you their word don't come through. And again, I think that most people do have positive intent. However, things come up and you almost can't, like, you can't plan for every single thing. But I think if you plan for enough and you anticipate that certain things are just potentially not going to work out the way that you thought that they may, but you have some kind of backup plan, it will serve you well. It will serve you well. And so I say those two main things. And then I'll add this third, and I'll leave it at that for this video because I don't want things to get too convoluted. Hopefully you'll come back and you'll hear more about some of the things that I want to share about, life, entrepreneurship, mothership, motherhood, marriage, whatever, like all of the things, because all of these pieces play a large part in you being a business owner. And so the third thing that I'll mention is that, especially if you're just starting and you don't have an office yet or at all, or even if you have a service-based business or a online retail store, like, I have a retail store as well online, whatever you are thinking about money that you need to start, and I don't care what these people are telling you that you can start a business for. You can start a business for $79. You can start a business for under $100. I mean, you probably can start some of these things for that, especially with drop shipping and all that. Yes, it's true. But in order for you to show up the way you probably want to show up, which is professionally, which is organized, which is in a position where you can really cater to and care for your customers and your clients, you're gonna need some money. And I'm not talking about no less than $100, okay? Unless your grandmother's buying something, your mom, and whatever, still. And those people may support you. I'm not knocking familial support because I truly appreciate all the support that I've received. But I would just say, whatever amount of money you think that you need, just double, if not triple that. Just double or triple that. And I say that, look, we don't have to go further than the story I already shared with you. The thousands of dollars that I was going to receive from that company, again, which would have done majority of what I need to survive in this space on a monthly basis, was automatically gone within 48 hours of signing a 3-year lease. It's not a game. And so what I thought I was coming to require of myself, until I got additional people in to just kind of close that gap, that small gap actually at the time, I have now 3x my expenses every month from Jump Street. And so I don't want you to go through what I went through. I want you to really sit back and think about the things that I mentioned, which is one, having several plans. What a financial plan, what a business plan. And I don't mean a business plan that's like this thick. You can literally jot down on a page or two the things that you think you want to do with your business and how you want to grow it up. I mean, there's so many things now. Even when I did mine, it wasn't like a big artificial intelligence push, but you can probably ask ChatGPT every single thing that you need in a business plan, and it'll just spit it out. And probably, if you give it enough facts, it can cater it very much to what you are doing specifically. So there's really no excuse to not having some type of business plan. So business plan, a marketing plan, again, you could probably utilize artificial intelligence to give you some sort of framework. But I will caution people when you use artificial intelligence that you really take a minute and customize it for your business and really think about what it is that I, as the business owner, want to accomplish. Who is it that I want to help? You know, what is it that I'm pushing for? Why is my business important? Why does it exist? And so with all of those things, that would help you to leverage artificial intelligence and not rely on it, okay? Solely rely on it. So we said contingency plan, marketing plan, business plan, like all of these things. And if there's something else that's specific to your genre of business, I suggest that you create some type of plan for it. Okay, so that's the planning piece. So make sure that you're organized for that. The second thing I mentioned was, again, realizing that you may not have all the support that people profess that they are going to support you with. And again, we are assuming positive intent. People are busy. People have things going on. Life happens, accidents happen, illnesses happen. Like, things just come up sometimes. And again, it's not people trying to defraud you or lie to you. So, I mean, that may happen too, but ultimately, life be life, and as I say. And then third, as I mentioned, financially, whatever you're thinking, double that, okay? Or triple that, depending on what it is. And I'm telling you that this absolutely applies to service-based businesses, brick and mortars, as well as like online retail stores and all that. And you may think, no, these experts told me that for $100, I can go out here and I can live my best life. Someone who's wearing their brand, right? Someone who's wearing their brand, I can tell you right now, to some degree, when I first started, I had some of those thoughts like, oh, it's drop ship. I don't even have to have any inventory. It is what it is. Okay, but it's just not. And I'll give you just a couple of quick things just to dispel that. So, for example, if you have an online retail store, you want to make sure that you have an email list. Yes, you can do MailChimp. That's cool. MailChimp is not as free as it used to be. So if you have over 500 people, which may be starting out, you may not, but you might. I don't know your circle. So you have your email. You probably want, in this day and age, to text somebody. Well, I'm telling you now, a good text service is going to cost you at least $45 to $50 a month. So there's that. You also need some way to market it, right? Something else you just put on a website, you build it, they'll come. That's probably one of the biggest lies when it comes to retail. But you want to, what I ended up doing and what you may want to do as well, is to put together like something like a photo shoot. And I know that they have, again, it's AI generated stuff, but people can tell the difference from what is a layout, simple layout on your website that you can get through Printful, whatever, Printify, whatever these different things are. But then two, hey, sorry about that. Of course, my phone died, so that's that. But like I was saying, you want to put together something that's authentic. People can tell that the same models that are on these different websites that you can put your clothing and stuff on, everybody else who's using the same drop shipping company can put the same thing on their, sorry, get messages. They can put the same exact, their stuff on the same exact model and the same exact pose that you have. And so you want to be able to differentiate yourself from everybody else. So when you have like the whole thing together, if you're doing, let me see, like hooded sweatshirts or whatever you call it. I hate the word hoodies. Like, I don't know why, but it just blows my mind. I hate it. Hooded sweatshirts, t-shirts, swimsuits, whatever it is that you have, I think that you should set the scene if you can, or do like just a plain background, but with people that are like in different poses and, you know, all of that stuff. And also what that helps you do when you actually spend the money to get started and have these products shipped to you, you get to tell the quality. Because I'm going to tell you, every shirt is not created equal. Just because your friend used this particular type of shirt and they make their money off of it doesn't mean that it fits your level of quality or whatever it may be. Like, you want to make sure that you are happy with it, because what's going to happen is when somebody purchases an item from you and they get that shirt and it's not like what you would say you would want it for yourself to wear or what you feel like is acceptable, excuse me, you're going to have to stand by and defend that product. Whatever the company sends out, right, wrong, orange, purple, green, whatever, wrong color, wrong texture, wrong, whatever it is, if it pills up, you know how shirts can pill up and stuff, whatever the case may be, you as the owner have to defend it. And so, again, nothing is like just free or super cheap or whatever the case may be. You have to be able and ready and willing to defend the item. And so I just threw that out there as an additional piece so that you can understand that nothing is free, and that nothing is really, really cheap to start. There's always a cost. And even if that's not a financial cost, it's going to take time, which time is way more expensive than money. Like, time costs you way more. You can always make more money, but you can't get back your time. And so I just want to throw those couple of things out there for you, because it's really important, and I don't want to lie to you. I want to give you the truth, and I'm just in a mode of like spewing the truth, because I mean, like every other business owner, like I have my moments. As I'm talking to you, I'm also checking email right now on my other computer. So like, it's a lot to business ownership, and so I just want you to think about those three things as you get prepared. And I'll try to continue to share videos from time to time to give you encouragement, of course, but always tell you the truth. So again, Anissa Ferguson, thanks for your time. Thanks for staying this long. I'm a believer and a business owner, mom, wife, all the things. But whatever it is that your titles are and the things that mean the most to you, just make sure that you don't compromise on those things, that you take the time that you need to create something that's solid and that's going to last for you, make you happy, and serve the people that you're here to serve. With that, I'll talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful day. On purpose with purpose. See you soon.